Hey BookTube. So, I guess I'm making a response to a response video, but I guess Brian, I think it's probably Bookish, made a video about a article that was from The Guardian, basically saying that kids don't read anymore. And although I think it is true, I then watched Shawn's video, which was like posted like 30 minutes ago at the time of making this video, and I had to come home right from my service call and make this video because he brings it up lightly at the end, Shawn does, but parents are the problem. I mean, the article, I guess, basically says that the economics are causing people to not buy physical books, but Shawn brings up the fact that libraries exist. I mean, I bring my daughters to the library every Saturday, and this leads me to my point is that as a parent, as a father, I am trying to lead by example. The more that I'm on things like this, the more they think that's normal, especially when they're little. I know, Robert Jordan or whatever. Jordan Peterson is what I'm thinking about. I know he's like a pariah, but he did make one good point, and other people have said in the past is that those years went from 1 to 5 or 1 to 3 are vital for building your kids' brains into knowing what is normal and what's not, and learning what they like and what they don't when they're little like that. If I'm sitting there and I'm just on my tablet or my phone all the time, or I sit them in front of a TV with a snack all the time, that's what they think is a normal life. But if we're sitting and we're having family reading time, which we do, and I've read books to those girls since they were born, that is normal to them. And I'm going to put a picture of my daughter. I catch her reading. I catch her reading in her bed when she's supposed to be going to sleep. I catch her reading outside when she's supposed to be playing and enjoying, but she just wants to sit and read a book outside. So my daughter knows sight words at this point at 3 years old. Now I know every kid's different, but I have read to her and showed her words and spent the time as her parent to teach them that reading is good. And that's the point of what I'm trying to say here, is that the Guardian didn't want to bring up the fact that the parents are the problem. You mean to tell me you can't once a week or every other week take your kid to the library to rent 2 books? I call bullshit. Then you probably shouldn't have had kids. That's the way it works. You put in the time and you get what with anything in life, you put the time in and you reap the benefits. You get to see this young girl who loves to read books because I spent the time with her reading her books. I'm a parent. I'm her father. And I don't understand this like, oh, it's, woe is me. I get that I'm middle class of America and I make a good living and we're okay to go buy a $10 kids book. And other people aren't there. But there's libraries. There's free little libraries around town. There is ways to get books at charity shops and thrift stores. I find it hard to believe that that the kids can't get a book. I'm sorry, Guardian, but it's bullshit. It's just not true. Hell, you probably have a book as an adult. You don't have a fantasy novel you can read to your kid? I mean, get over yourselves. Like, it's just crazy. So I love Shawn's points. I have to go watch the other video about it, but I just had to talk about it because I'm like, it's the parents' problem. Lead by example. You're their parent. Read a book. Get off your phone.